Will, before we even start, I thought to myself while we were sitting here chatting before we started recording the show that I should probably clean my glasses, but I didn't. So now my glasses are dirty. But fuck it, we do it live. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo eSports podcast. This is episode 239 for the week of June 12th, 2022. The title of this episode is Snip3down Brings the Passion. My name is Josh, aka JK Fire, and this week I'm joined by the man who is, how do I want to say this? I'll just say decked out in blue.
Yeah.
Will, aka I am Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you doing on this Tuesday afternoon?
Doing all right. It's our first hot day of the year. Mid-90s.
It is fucking. Now, okay, let's set the context here, right? Because we understand that there are people who live in southern states of the country who have it always hot, right?
Yeah.
But we in Minnesota have a different type of hot, right? While you guys might have a dry heat, we have a humid heat. So right now, like Will said, it's 90 plus out right now. But that humidity just... Now, I don't mind humidity. I like it. But when you step outside, it's like you're stepping into like a tropical rainforest, basically.
It's weird.
It is fucking weird.
Yeah. Not a fan.
Yeah. Not a lot of people are. I can understand it. But I hate our harsh winters that we get here. Just like the super, because we have really wet summers in terms of humidity, but we have really dry winters. So it's like, oh man, let's just say that allergies and sinuses never have fun here in Minnesota, regardless of the time of the year. It just sucks.
Yeah. Other than the heat, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. For those who are tuning in, yes, we are recording this a day later than we normally would because just in case anything had happened with the drop pod that released today, anything that happened with the Xbox Game Showcase Extended that happened today, guess what? Nothing happened with that. So yay. Expectations were kind of in check, but there was supposedly, not supposedly, it did exist. In the season reveal for Season 2 for Infinite, in that trailer or in that video, there were 2 dates listed, and they were very sneakily hidden. One of them appeared to have been the date that stream had happened, and the second date was supposed to be today, which is the Xbox Game Showcase Extended stream. But nothing came of it. Spoiler alert. So we just made it so you didn't have to waste your time watching that. But granted, if you're interested in any of the games that were shown during that extended showcase, by all means, feel free to go watch it. It's just there was nothing really Halo related besides, one fucking thing we'll talk about later in the show that's not directly Halo related. But regardless, Will, before we get into what's coming up on this week's episode of the show, I want to give a special shout out to those who are tuning in live to the show, Beth and Snagu, my boy. I'm not wearing my Crocs right now, but Will, if you were paying attention, I was wearing them when you got here today.
He was. I did notice. I do notice when those things are trotting about.
And trotting? Okay. And I fucking got one of those stupid ass charm things because I got the fire, JK Fire. Now my Crocs are lit.
I'm going to show myself out.
It's okay. I hate myself too. Don't worry about it. That fun fact, for those who have Crocs and are in the Crocs ecosystem, right? 1, I'm sorry. And 2, snag giblets. Jesus Christ. Did you guys know that at least the fire one was $5? $5.
Why? I don't even know.
$5. You can go to Subway and get a $5 footlong.
Not anymore.
Well, when they existed, or you can go to a grocery store and get 5 candy bars for $5, or you can get this goddamn giblet for fucking $5. Unbelievable. And now
gibbets.
Oh, gibbets. Gibbets. My bad. Either way, I just
found them.
And I got it from the official Crocs store in the Albertville Outlet Mall. Like midway between where we are and St. Cloud.
Yeah, some of these are $5 a piece.
Yeah, they're $5 fucking dollars.
Oh my God.
So yeah, again, to all the Croc owners out there, I'm sorry. Unbelievable. Snag says, just like my Crocs, I didn't buy the hot sauce gibbet. Wow. Beth says, I was actually surprised to see that Crocs were so expensive. I always assumed the only reason anyone wore them was that they were crazy cheap. Snag, yeah, I keep adding an L. Me too. It's okay, dude. The only reason why I got mine is because the gibbet, that is. My wife bought me the Crocs, but which is shitty. Like Snag said, if you guys don't recall from our KC after show, Snag said never buy Crocs for yourself. Have someone else buy them for you. What he failed to mention was don't have your significant other buy them for you if you share the same bank account. So technically, I bought myself Crocs because we share a fucking bank account.
Also, if you are in the live chat, I'm posting a link, and have fun with that giblet right there.
Oh my God. Beth, I always assume they're like $5 in a bin at Walmart. No, they're not.
Look at this controller.
I love how the joysticks are like just not centered at all.
They have 4 buttons like on the left and the 2 on the right.
There's no D-pad.
There's no D-pad.
There's nothing. Holy shit. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, don't buy Crocs. Don't buy gibbets. The only reason why I bought the gibbet I did is because I was at that official Crocs store and I saw that they had a fire one. And I'm like, well, it's in my name. Kind of have to. I didn't have to. Yes, I feel stupid about it. It was $5 I could have spent elsewhere. I could have gotten like a beefed up fucking Dairy Queen Blizzard for $5, but instead I bought a goddamn gibbet. And the worst part is I only got one, so like if I would have gotten 2, both my Crocs would have matched. But no, I fucking
only on one.
Yeah, it's mismatched, so it's like shit. Do I buy another one?
No.
No. So there's that.
Back to the Croc Talk, huh?
HCS Croc Talk. For all your gibbet needs.
Shit.
What's up, Tools? How's it going?
Spin-off show?
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah, we're in a high-end footwear now.
No.
What do you
high-end?
You guys talk about like the new Nike drops or whatever? Like, nah, man, we talk about Crocs.
And gibbets.
And gibbets. Bitch. What's up, Halo Creation? Welcome back.
Okay, cool.
You can listen to you guys live today? Hell yeah, man. Let's go, baby. All right, on this episode of the show, let's actually get to the show portion of the show. The passion is back for Snip3down. X-Set parts ways with one of the best players in Halo history. Let you marinate on that one for a second. Tournament announcements and recaps, including added speculation around rumored roster changes. The first Halo Infinite drop pod update has arrived, and then really 343 fucking really? We'll talk about the thing that happened today. And then the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase announcements are recapped. We'll just do like a quick little bullet-pointed recap of the things that we either do or do not care about. But without further ado, let's get into some competitive news. Beth, I'll read what you said in just a moment when we get to that point. Snip3down's passion is back. This is by Snip3down. He states, "It's time for me to lock down and grind some Halo. Got 2 events left in the year and I'm ready to give it my all. Passion has been restored. Wanting to make my father proud and give full effort into things I commit to." Now, for those who are unaware, just want to give our condolences to Eric Snip3down and his family, because if in case you had not found out, Snip3down's father passed away, and I couldn't imagine what it'd be like to lose a parent. So condolences go out to you and your family, and wishing you guys the best. And I said it in the Discord, but I'll say it right here too, in terms of the Halo aspect of it. Like, a motivated Snip3down is a scary Snip3down. He is, yes, people look at him as one of the faces of the franchise in the competitive landscape, right? Because he's been around for a long time, and he's decorated in a sense. But when he puts his mind to something, we already know he can compete at a top level. It's just now he's motivated to do so. Look out. Just look out. And then he provided an update as well. He said, actually enjoying Halo. Haven't been bitching besides every now and again, but for some reason my mental feels completely reset. Lots of worse things to bitch about than some Halo issues. It's a good mindset to have.
Yeah.
Feel like not a lot of people have that mindset. Well,
it's very true.
It is very true indeed. But no, Snip3down, looking forward to see what you do in Orlando and Worlds. Yeah, and just excited to have you fully back in the Halo realm, you know? And just excited to see what happens. King of the Hill overtime rule changes by Crossfade and Tashi. Crossfade said, gotta change King of the Hill overtime rules. That's just not it. And Tashi actually replied and said, multiplayer team is targeting a change for next month.
Is it just because there's one hill at the end? Like, right? If you tie 3-3, it's just down to the last hill, which is the first hill, right?
Might be.
Or the second hill?
Do you want me to be completely honest with you right now? In all the ranked games that I've played, which was just the ones with you guys, we didn't play a single King of the Hill game. Huh. So I have yet to play a ranked King of the Hill game.
There's no real overtime. It just keeps progressing the hills, right? So if it's tied 3-3, it's just the next hill, and who gets the last hill wins.
I don't know, but apparently the multiplayer team is targeting a change for next month.
Is it going to be like win by 2?
I fucking hope not.
Those games last a long time.
Yeah, can we not? Beth makes a good point, too. She says, can they freaking change CTF to be 3 caps? Because good fucking Lord. She said freaking, but I'm saying fucking. Yeah. Because I was watching Snakebite's stream today. I texted you the thing that I saw happen. I don't know if you read it. But,
yeah.
But he was playing a bizarre CTF game, and after this update had come out, after the drop pod had released, and his entire team, the entire lobby was a mix of platinum and low diamond players, and Snakebite's an Onyx player. Rank changes, y'all. No, but the reason why I bring up what Beth said is because he even said later, like in that game, when it was getting towards, I think they were up 4-0 at that point, and one of the people in this chat was like, they've given up anyway, and he goes, well, this is bizarre CTF, so you know when you've lost. And I'm like, that's what I'm getting at. Like, that's why I fucking hate how CTF is 5 caps. Aquarius, I guess I can understand because the map is a little smaller.
Right.
But at the same time, especially with Bizarre, like, games never go to 5 caps. Competitive games never go to 5 caps. It just boggles my mind that it's still 5 caps. Tools regarding the King of the Hill stuff, he said it goes into the pie chart thing, and if it runs out, then it's just a tie.
Oh, with the time.
And then Tools also says on Bizarre, I've never seen someone lose after getting 3 caps. You just know when it's over. And Tools, exactly, says no reason for 5. And I want to add to that too, because let's say a team does get 3 caps, at least if I'm remembering correctly, and we've seen so many Bizarre CTF games, but in my mind, if a team is up 3-0 or 3-1 on a Bizarre CTF, then I'm in 2 camps here, or 2 mindsets. Either A, the caps came back to back to back relatively quickly, and you're facing off against a team who doesn't know what they're doing, or it is a pro scrim or tournament play or whatever it is, and after those 3 caps or 3-1 caps, time is basically over. Maybe you have 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes left in the game, and you're not going to do anything in that time frame. So it shouldn't be 5. It's absolutely insane. It just draws things out. It's annoying. For me, at least. Beth says, I wouldn't mind it being a map-to-map thing like it was in Halo 3, so some maps were 5, some were 3. Yeah. Like I said, Aquarius I don't think is a problem being 5, necessarily.
No, the thing that I've seen I've been in a game where we were down 3-0 and won 5-3. So like,
you were.
So that makes me want to keep Aquarius 5 because
was that on Aquarius?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Bazaar, yeah, never. If you get that should be 3 for sure.
I just feel like you can't get setups going quick enough to make back-to-back successful caps unless you are just destroying another team.
Yeah. And if you're already down 3-0, you're probably not in that position.
Right, exactly. Even if you get a round of slays, you have to get a second round of slays to even make it past midway point.
Right.
So it's just whatever. So yeah, apparently there's a change being targeted for next month for King of the Hill overtime rules. So keep an eye out for that. We know we will. All right, the Halo Infinite Drop Pod update for June 14th, 2022 is by Halo Support. I split this into 2 sections. The side that would benefit or update for the ranked/competitive side, hence why it's in the competitive news, and then a few other updates in the normal news we'll get to later on in the show. So, all changes to target frame rate in the settings tab are now reflected in-game for Series X and S users. And then the volume of the Disruptor's Super Combine has been reduced when heard from a distance. Okay. Tool says, I've had a lot of 5 caps on Catalyst, but on pro lobbies, it doesn't seem to happen as much. I completely lost from my mind that Catalyst was even there. I totally forgot already. For multiplayer, the ranked arena matchmaking playlist is now unlocked by completing 25 matches and other non-ranked playlists. This change will not apply to players who have already completed 25 non-ranked matches prior to this update. Due to this change, some players on older versions of Halo Infinite will receive an unknown error when searching in a ranked arena playlist. Download this drop pod update to continue playing ranked arena in matchmaking. Will, we're in agreement that that's a good change.
Yeah. And then it's set to help combat cheaters coming in, right? Making a new account and being able to hop right into ranked. So if you make a new account, play your social games.
Absolutely.
Then again, how many bot matches can you get done in a night? 20 something?
Oh,
maybe?
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Do those count?
It's a social game.
I agree. I would imagine it does. A new Fireteam competitive skill ranking, CSR limit, has been implemented for ranked matchmaking. For more information, please see the Fireteam CSR limit article, which conveniently I have right here. If you are visiting this page after seeing an in-game message, then your fire team has players with too wide of a competitive skill rank, CSR, for ranked matchmaking. This fire team CSR limit is dependent on the highest skilled member of the fire team and can vary depending upon their CSR. To help preserve the quality of ranked matches, please make sure the members of your fire team fall within the limits outlined below before entering matchmaking. Playing with your friends in a fire team is the best way to play Halo. So we generally allow fire teams with widely different skills to play together. However, there are cases where a fire team that contains an extremely high-skilled and much lower-skilled player can cause problems for everyone's enjoyment of ranked games. As a result, we have introduced some limits on the difference in CSR between members of a fire team. The fire team CSR limit range is applied based off the highest-ranked player in the fire team and works like this. For 899 CSR, Gold 6 or lower, there are no restrictions. At Platinum 1, a limit of 900 points is introduced. Between Plat 1 and Onyx, the Fire Team CSR limit will slowly tighten as you climb the ranks. It will start at the 900 limit mentioned above and then tighten to its final destination of 600. This essentially means that on the way to Onyx, every 2 CSR gained will tighten the fire team limit by an increment of 1 CSR. For example, if a player progresses from Plat 1 to Diamond 1, their fire team CSR limit would tighten from 900 to a stricter 750. At this new 1200 CSR, the lowest rank they could party up with would then be their CSR minus 750, which is the fire team limit, aka Silver 4. Okay? At Onyx and above, the limit is 600 points. So it's 1500 CSR, which is the beginning of Onyx, and above, the limit is 600. So for example, if a player was Onyx 1700, the lowest CSR they could party up with would be 1100 or Plat 5. So basically, if you were an Onyx player the lowest CSR you could party up with would be a plat player. So there's that. Players who have not yet qualified for the current CSR season, played their 10 qualifying matches to establish a starting CSR, are treated specially. Unranked players can only fire team with other not yet qualified players. And with qualified players up to 899 CSR, aka Gold 6. These limits were designed to be reasonably loose at first, but we will consider adjusting them depending on player feedback and match data. Please feel free to provide your input on the Halo Infinite forums on Halo Waypoint. And please note, CSR is not exactly the same as MMR, but they are very closely related. And then you can learn more about them at the link that they include. Will, before I want your thoughts on this, I'm just going to say the last few things. Xbox One stability has been improved to reduce instances of players not entering matchmaking sessions normally. Grenades exploding, respawning, and other effects will no longer repeatedly occur. And then enemies can no longer be pinged when a wall or another obstacle is blocking them. A direct line of sight is now needed to ping an enemy's location. So you can't ping through walls anymore. Thank God. Will, thoughts on the CSR shit?
Not a fan, I would say. There's a couple things here. 600 skill gap or like CSR for Onyx players, right?
Yep.
Well, in that case, Tommy is at like Lucid is at like 2200. Formal's only at like 1600 because he doesn't play often. They can't team together in ranked right now then. That's some bullshit. I think if each players are Onyx, they should be able to team together. Now in Onyx being able to like it's crazy to me that gap is also down to a plat 5, like all the way through rank of diamond. Right? Because once you get to those higher levels through diamond, things increase significantly. It feels like a diamond 2 player is completely different than a diamond 5 player, diamond 6 player. In my mind.
Yeah. I mean, hell, a plat player is completely different from a diamond player.
So, it's interesting. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. Tools mentioned in the live chat that a lot of fake Onyx players exist because they team with gold players or below, which could eliminate that.
Yep. And that's one of the points of this was to try to weed them out, which is understandable completely. But my problem then, so they always tout, right? They kept touting that they isn't 343, kept touting that the system's supposed to be smart enough to understand where you're supposed to be after a few games.
Yeah.
Right? So if I was playing, let me read what Tool said here. I played a match with 2 Plat 6s and 2 Onyx players and dropped 80 kills. No reason for me to have them in my lobby. 100%. There's no reason to have them in your lobby. And that's my thing too. Like, let's say that when I look at the system based off of what they say, right? And the system's supposed to be smart enough to know this is where you should be. And I'm talking about what Tool said regarding fake Onyxes, which there are. I'm agreeing with the statement 100%. My criticism towards this system is even if that player is teaming with golds, plats, whatever it is to like artificially increase his CSR to get him into Onyx, my criticism to the system would be, well, then why the fuck aren't you basing it off the teammates that are in his lobby? Because if he's playing with golds and plats,
he shouldn't be gaining CSR.
He shouldn't be gaining CSR. Or he shouldn't be gaining at the amount that supposed player is, right? That player should be incrementally getting higher until it evens out. Like, this is what the system says it does. It incrementally raises or lowers and then levels out. And then they want you to keep playing and keep grinding more to eventually get higher and higher and higher.
See, the problem is with the performance-based CSR that we've seen is when that other team has teammates of plats and golds and whatever in it, that maybe Onyx player who could be possibly diamond
artificially inflated numbers because the people in the lobby are shit.
Because he could just,
no offense to the Golden Plat players. That was mean. You're not shit. You're learning the game. That was really mean on my part. I apologize to everybody, regardless of the rank that you are. Everybody's learning. Everybody's trying to play their best. Everybody's learning new shit. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Compared to the Onyx player, they're not as well versed.
Yes, they're not as skilled.
So that inflated Onyx can farm those kills, get the stats, whatever, boost their CSR that way.
Absolutely, and that's another flaw in the system. That's another absolute flaw in the system. Oh, come on, Beth. Jesus. Snag says even the boosting is unreal. Even some diamonds shouldn't be there. Jesus. Well, there you go. Okay, this is the thing that irks me, and Will, I want you to talk about it more because you have a specific example of this.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. You already know what I'm going to say. Go for it.
All right. If you are unranked, you have to play with other unranked to get your rank.
Or gold 6 or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my specific example, I have a friend who he doesn't touch Halo often, but he does get the itch to play every once in a while, and he only likes the rank settings. So I will play with him through his placement matches, usually halfway through the season when he's finally ready to play. And now that just can't happen. And I don't know if he doesn't have anyone to play with because he only likes ranked.
Will he even play at all?
Will he even play at all? So,
or will he force himself through solo duo queue to get, wait a second.
You have to be probably ranked in each one.
Oh, they need to clarify that. Oh shit. They need to clarify that. That's a good point. Because why the fuck would I want to go into squad as a solo player to complete my placements to then hopefully have the opportunity, depending upon where I rank, to play with my friends in squad?
Right, and that's the thing too is with Halo being such a team game, if you do have to solo queue to play your placements in cross play, you're probably going to place lower because you don't have the teamwork, you don't have the people who you usually play with.
Unless you just massively outslay because it's performance based.
Yep.
And then you're at the mercy of who you get matched with.
Yep.
And against, really. Oh my God.
I want to read what Legend said here.
Absolutely.
Legend C4. Or if you're true Onyx and struggle to get higher when you solo queue because there are fake diamonds and other fake Onyx players on your team and you can't carry them to a win by yourself.
Corey, just stop trying to inflate your own ego, all right? We understand you're really good. He is really good, by the way. Corey's phenomenal. No, it's a shitty situation. Tools goes on to say, what gets me is in Halo 5, the system worked like that. You would just not gain CSR if you played with Plat, aka shit players, JK. That's a good point. You wouldn't gain CSR if you were playing with players that were lower than what you should have been.
Right.
Waka Chang, welcome back, says, I thought this was all about playing with friends. This is going to kill engagement big time.
Definitely could.
Halo Infinite, as Will stated earlier, is a team-based game. Every Halo is technically team-based, but this one really
team shots are so important.
Yes. The game fucks you if you're not playing together.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we saw Optic in that online tournament just employ a bait and switch strategy, which worked wonders for him.
It did. We'll talk about that result later on in the show too. Yeah, there are some things, right, that it's life of a video game player in general is that there are some things this update that is great, some things in the update which are not great. Having to play the 25 matches before able to go into ranked, awesome, great change. Only being able to play with unranked players when you're unranked yourself or up to gold 6, not great. Don't like that change at all. It's a fucking give and take. Maddie said, just give us a social playlist with rank settings.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's Team Slayer now, which you might get BRs.
Well, true. Maddie, be careful though, because Beth just wants more ranked playlists in general. We can't even get that. So Maddie, you can't ask for too much here. Okay. We got to temper expectations. Legend Corey says, I can see this pushing away players now that they can't boost because the queue times will be increased. That's funny because one of the updates that they came out with was supposed to reduce queue times for high Onyx players.
Right.
No, it says you can still place up to Diamond 1 after placement, right?
It's actually Diamond 3 now.
There
Diamond 3 is the highest placement.
There you go. Waka says D5. Is it D3? I thought I heard D3. Will's about to dive the fuck in. Maddie said she could sacrifice one. What do you mean? We only have one. Maddie, what are you talking about? We literally have one ranked playlist. Beth, you got to stick to your guns here. Beth, we can't give up now, Beth. God. Last 2 resets were D5. Oh, there you go. Waka says I'm wrong. Are you, though? Will's trying to find it, too. Whoever finds it first. While Will is looking that up, while Will's looking that up, I'm just going to say that's it for the competitive news. It's time for your upcoming tournaments for the week presented by newcombo.com. Snag actually says, I just hit D5 in solo duo in my placements like 2 days ago. So there you go. It's probably D5. So I don't want to hear any fucking shit from you saying that I should be an Onyx player because I'm not.
Definitely could be.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yep.
You know what I was thinking about, though?
Why is Halo Waypoint so hard to use?
Also, why does it take forever to load? That's a better question. You know what I want? Thank you, Snag. I love you. But you know what I want to say real quick? Before we get into the upcoming tournaments presented by newcombo.com, I was genuinely thinking about this because I appreciated the gas that you gave me. I really did appreciate that. Okay? Because I don't want this to sound like I don't want this to sound like I'm tooting my own horn or anything like that. Okay? But I put a button there. So we played on not last Thursday but the Thursday before. And we did some ranked stuff, trying to hone our skills and work together as a team. Awesome. And I normally don't play ranked unless it's with you, Will. And so I had yet to complete my placements at that time. We play through the 10 placements and I get Diamond 3. And obviously this was in cross platform because we had 4 people in our squad. So I got Diamond 3. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate that too. But seriously, I want to say this. And again, I don't mean this to toot my own horn. But I literally only play Halo maybe once a week. Maybe. And to hear you say that, Will, to hear you guys say that I could be an Onyx player, I thought about it and I'm like, you know what? I bet if I did put more time in, I bet I could. I just need to put more time in. But fuck it, I don't have the time, so D3 it is. Tool says you wonder why you're not Onyx Grind Hunter. I don't wonder why I'm not. I know I'm not. I also don't think I can hang. I don't. Like I've played. Corey's Onyx, like I've played with Onyx players. I get it. They're up there. They're like past where my hand is. They're up there. Okay. I'm D3. I'm chilling. I'm hanging out. But no, I appreciate the gas. I really do. It genuinely makes me feel good. I was driving in the car today and I'm like, you guys make me feel great. So thank you. I appreciate it. You could hang, you just have to play with the mindset to improve. It's a good point. Which takes a lot of effort and focus. I don't have a lot of effort and focus in me. I have a fucking 3-year-old who caused me the biggest stress in the world. Mythic says I'm chilling at gold 6. Hey, let's go, baby. The only way to go is up, my man. Only way to go is up. Keep fucking putting that time in. If you have the time to put in. And if you don't, then hang out where you are. Fuck it. We all know the ranking system shit anyway, so it doesn't even fucking matter, does it? All right. Your actual upcoming tournaments of the week. Presented by noobcombo.com. Check out noobcom.com for all the Halo esports needs. First up, we have daily tournaments, First Blood daily tournaments, and UMG daily tournaments. Check those out. Maddie can go fuck himself because he says, if Josh can be Onyx in Infinite, I can be Radiant in Valorant. And then Tool says, your 3-year-old will probably hit Onyx before you, old man. No. She can't even move 2 joysticks at the same time. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. What if I'm just purposely not trying to teach her so she doesn't surpass me?
She's got to earn it.
She does. She has to fucking earn it. Waka, I'm sorry to keep going on in this, but I like this conversation. Waka Chang says, honestly, I had a, I don't know what that word is, of game crashes. I'm going to say slew. I don't know. Of game crashes and dropped out of Onyx into Diamond. Way more relaxed, enjoyed my games more, and queue times are way faster. Feels like it's more of a progression system rather than a skill ranking anyway, somehow. I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, when you play against a good Onyx player, because you guys are right, there are some bad Onyx players who don't deserve to be there, but when you play against a good Onyx player, you know, that shit's stressful. Granted, when we played that other week, I had some crispy shots going on. I felt good. All right, Tuesday, June 14th, that's today. The Halo Rec League FFA series continues, and then we have the Pro Series for Australia, New Zealand, and Mexico. The Australia-New Zealand series have already concluded, and the Chiefs had a reverse sweep over Divine Mind and took home the chip. So, there's that. We'll have like the graphic from Noob Combo next week. Wednesday, June 15th, the Knights Arena Weekly Halo Infinite 4v4 and the HCS Pro Series for EU take place as well. Thursday, June 16th says HCS Pro Series North America will be taking place. Excited to see what comes out of that. Because, oh boy, we got another squad going in there, Will, that came from Open. It's Sentinel, spoiler alert. Saturday, June 18th, the Kunoichi Women's 4v4 Tournament. Probably totally mispronounced that, and I apologize. And the Halo España Road to Valencia 4v4. On Sunday, June 19th, we have the Lady Spartan the last Lady Spartan Standing Tournament, the Starhammer 2v2 Tournament, the Halo Mexico Last Spartan Standing Tournament, the HCS EU Regional Qualifier, the HCS Open Series for Australia, New Zealand, Mexico, and North America. And then on Monday, June 20th, we have the HCS Series for Australia, New Zealand, Mexico, EU, and NA. That's it for upcoming tournaments of the week. Presented by noobcombo.com. Check out noobcombo.com for all your Halo esports needs and some fancy-ass graphics and maybe some merch if you're interested in spending some money. Will, what do we got next? Rostermania!
Got some Rostermania, Josh, and we got some fun ones.
You don't say.
We'll start off Xset parts ways with Kratos. And they stated, thank you, Kratos. All the great moments we've shared together since entering Halo, it will be remembered. Wishing you nothing but luck in your future endeavors. And Kratos says, thank you for everything, but I don't need the luck. Okay, sure.
Fucking this dude. This dude is the greatest troll, and just you never have to worry about him fucking just
yeah Anyway, next up, Shady
confidence. He's very confident.
Yeah. Shady teases move to US by posting a little
he posted the US flag,
on Twitter,
and then the hourglass.
So we'll see.
It's only a matter of time.
All right, and then, as always, as we've done the last few weeks, the post-Kansas City Rostermania mega thread by Mr. Matarums, and we'll go through the changes here.
There's only 2.
And yes, I was just about to say, there is only 2 this week. So, Kratos is now a free agent. That's been confirmed. And then JK7 from Eastern Media to Oxygen Esports has been confirmed. If you want to check out the mega thread, check out the show notes and follow the link to Maddie's mega thread.
Hell yeah, daddy.
All right, that's what we got for Rostermania, though.
Thank you, Will. Waka says, oh God, is Barcode from the Chiefs actually going to G2? Rumors out there. Yeah, we talked about the rumor last week.
Yeah, I would like to see Barcode come to NA. That would be really cool.
Maddie says, Josh, check Discord DMs. Doing it.
He's doing.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Maddie. Yes, I purposely didn't include it in the show notes. Yes, I do have it queued up though. So thank you for reminding me. That's not it for Rostermania, Will. So it's a good thing you didn't switch over the thing yet, because ABG had a stream today.
Oh, yes, we talked about this before.
Yes, we did. So ABG had a stream today. And he raised more questions, also laid some things to bed, supposedly, because, again, we don't know 100% what is happening because nothing has officially been said from those involved. But this is intel from APG's stream. This is by Mason Hill over on Reddit. And he said APG is streaming right now and is answering any question people ask about roster stuff. Some stuff from the stream include, again, okay, APG is a professional player on Optic Gaming. There was a rumor that Optic Gaming was going to try and get Renegade from Cloud9 because Renegade supposedly does not want to be part of Cloud9. Again, nothing has officially been confirmed from anybody, any player, any organization. So this could very well be all purely speculative still, but let's talk about it. And as with everything, until it's officially announced by those that are actually involved, take everything with grains of salt everywhere. Okay? Okay. Some stuff from the stream include Renegade isn't going anywhere right now. If he was going to go somewhere, it would be FaZe. He won't be playing with C9, though, so he's kind of in limbo. Okay? If that is true, I'm really curious as to how the salary situation is going to go with his contract if he's not going to play with the team. Because we know what happened with Spartan, at least with E-United side of things. Now, granted, contracts could be completely different depending on the organization. We don't know the inner workings of said contract or said organization. But we do know when Spartan benched himself, his salary dipped a lot. So money is none of our business. I'm just putting that out there. Renegade, Snip3down, Boo Boo Doo and Falcated is a possible FaZe roster. There is an alleged deal to trade Renegade for Bound. That is something that has been talked about previously, but the talk about Snipe, previously the conversation was Snip3down leaving Halo, going to Apex.
Right.
But now he has a renewed passion, and here we are. To the question, are Boo Boo Doo and Falcated staying with FaZe? He replied, maybe they're trying to. This sort of dispels the E-United rumor. Now, so we'll see what the fuck happens there. Spartan is still currently stuck with E-United on the bench. Nothing happening there. Sparty wants to go out to FaZe, but they're probably going to get Renegade. Okay. So again, there was talks about a potential for Renegade, Spartan, Boo Boo Doo and Falcated if Snip3down was not going to be playing Halo and going to Apex. But it sounds like if Snip3down's going to stay, then Sparty, your bench seat's still warm from when you were still sitting in it, so you're going to hang out there. Apparently, Pistola does not have a high buyout price like HCS Intel said. So, who knows what that buyout price is, but maybe nobody wants him. Frosty was not in Canada for 2 weeks. That was all cap. He was there for a few days, and the 2 weeks was just cover for ongoing roster changes with Sentinels. Speaking of Sentinels, Lethal is not getting dropped. Quote, not anymore. End quote. And then there was an edit. At the end of his stream, he suggested that Ola might end up on E-United or FaZe. And what I imagine that would mean is if Renegade's unable to be bought out, then it would be Pistola, Snip3down, Falcated, and Boo Boo.
I'm still down for that roster.
Sure. Pistol and Snip3down reuniting again?
Yeah.
I'd be down. Fuck it. What I want to happen is I just want Snip3down. Obviously, I want him to be playing Halo all the time, but I want Pistola back, and I want him angry, and I want him to win.
I don't think that man can be angry.
I just want him to be. I want him to be internally angry. You bench me, motherfucker? Like, I don't know. Any of that sounds better to me than Renegade on Sentinels. Hey, I mean, there you go. Bring back Ola already, damn it. Agreed. I'd like to see him back. So in the comments, there's a lot of speculation about Frosty being in Canada for 2 weeks. Supposedly he was only there for the major and then left. He wasn't there for actually 2 weeks. He was only there for a few days for the Toronto major, and that was it. For Call of Duty. So who gives a fuck? But either way, there you go. So again, take everything with a grain of salt, and none of this is officially confirmed by any of the players or any of the organizations.
And who knows? Maybe APG just wants to throw everybody off the scent of what's really going on. Could be a giant troll too.
Who knows?
I don't see him doing that, but
yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, that's what other people have said too. Just like, who knows? But we talked about it, right? It is that with the supposed buyouts, depending upon how much they are, not the best week for Intel if all this stuff is true. I mean, what I'll say is it completely makes sense if, like, Lethal is not getting, like, let's say all this is true, right? Lethal's not getting dropped because Renegade's unable to be picked up.
Yep.
Which means Renegade's going to be chilling unless he's bought out, which it sounds like he's not going to be able to. So it sounds like he's chilling. Spartan's just going to be sitting on the bench the entire time. I'm telling you, what if we're just waiting till the end of the year when contracts might be up for all these players if they only sign 1-year deals? Who knows? But what happens if, I mean, it's funny to me how all this is like, oh, all this is happening. I mean, no, none of it was confirmed to be happening. Everything's still up in the air. Until somebody signs on a dotted line, then none of this is actually going to happen. For all we know, Renegade is still on Cloud9, but he's just not playing. Spartan's on United, he's not playing. Lethal's on Sentinels, and guess what? He's playing again. Anthony's, exactly. Lethal played with Sentinels on Sunday. Yep. So, there you go. Like I said, take everything with a grain of salt until players and organizations make an official announcement. Any deal can fall through at the snap of a finger. At any time. So while deals may have been on the table, deals may have been talked about, nothing's actually happening until somebody signs on the dotted line. So with that, Will, that's actually it for Rostermania.
All right.
Scrim recaps. I don't have any for you because there wasn't really anything of note. But if you want to check out recent Scrim results for any region along with your personal statistics, go ahead and check out HaloDataHive.com for all your Halo statistical needs. Please do it. It's a great website. Will, that means it's time for our tournament and league recaps for the last week. If you wouldn't mind letting the folks know what the fuck happened.
All right. We'll start off with Halo Rec League's FFA series. This is their second one. Here are your week 3 leaders. In 10th place, we have Benjo Stark. Tied for 8th is Leaf and Jukes. 7th is Vicious Vance. 6th is Crazed Rock. 5th, Bane. Tied for 3rd is Stim. And then Golden Guy. 2nd is Generic, and 1st is Deedle FPS. Moving on, HCS series, FFA series. Here are the results for Australia and New Zealand. In 4th place, we have Sways. 3rd is Scoobmeister. 2nd, Plasma. And 1st went to Aleo. The HCS FFA for Mexico. 4th place went to I Not Jerry. 3rd is Inevrin. 2nd, Goriloco. And 1st, Drift. For EU, in fourth place, we have Warrior O'Neal. Third is Marvies. Second, Cristola. And first, So Snaky.
So snaky.
Then for North America, in fourth place, we have Gunplexion. Third, OG Halo Noob. Second, Mortality. And first, Benjamin, however you want to get that dude. Next tournament here, Esports Arena Series E. In fourth place, we have Pittsburgh Knights. Third went to CN. Second went to Need Points. If you don't know who those ones are, it's Piggy, Hotshot, Ghost, Ryan Noob, and Jake. And first went to Palm Villains, Diagram, Suppressed, Boo Boo, and Avenue. All right. I forgot we hadn't gotten to this yet.
Yeah.
Louis V Titans Money Tuesday results.
Money Tuesday.
This is the card that had the last Spartan standing, the Boobadooboo Claytron versus Royal 2 King J, and then the main event with Bound Stellar versus Lucid. It was supposed to be Formal. Formal couldn't make it due to a migraine, I think I heard. So Renegade himself stepped in.
So in the main event, you had the undefeated duo of Bound and Renegade split apart and competing against one another.
Yeah.
You love to see it. Will, what happened?
Yes. So, last Spartan standing was fun to watch. I loved the whole tournament.
Yeah.
I'll run through the placings from bottom to top here. I think Druck dropped out, but he took 16th since he only had 4 points, which out of 5 or 6 games that they played, something seemed off there.
What a shitter, dude.
And 15th was Renegade, 14th Soul Snipe, 13th Stressed, 12th Bop, 11th Claytron, 10th Gunplexion, 9th Bohm, 8th Rami, 7th Boobadooboo, 6th King J, 5th Envor, 4th Miquin, 3rd Article, 2nd Royal 2, and 1st Lucid.
Lucid was on a fucking tear.
Yes, one of my favorite things was that in the second to last game, because you get points for placement as well, is Lucid found a little spot on the map where he hid behind some trees and boxes and no one found him. He sat and camped for minutes on end because he was on his last life while everyone else was still running around. And he just sat there and waited. And, once he got, so the way this tournament worked is you had to win a game while in the top 3 for points to be able to win the tournament. So that game that Lucid waited was the game before like the money game started, right? So that was like to get your points, and then the next game was if you're in first, second, or third and you win the next match, you win the whole thing. And the points are where people place.
His last play in the last game was nutty too.
Yeah, yes, he's so good at that. He's so good at that game mode. It's incredible. Yep. He'd be scary if Halo did have a full BR.
Oh, like, yeah. I mean, any Onyx player would be, yes. For being a real here. And then Tool said that Druck did, in fact, drop out.
Yeah. But yes, Lucid brings home the W. It was exciting to watch. Please go check out the VODs for all these matches over on Louis V Titan. Undercard, Boobadooboo and Claytron versus Royal 2 and King J. It was a...
wasn't even close.
Yeah, it was a pretty quick match. Aquarius was Royal 2 and King J taking it 25-13. The same scoreline on Recharge for Royal 2 and King J. And then 25-16 on Live Fire, Royal 2 and King J taking home the 3-0 sweep. And then moving on to the main event.
Also not even close.
Bound and Stellar versus Lucid and Renegade. Aquarius, 25-9. Lucid and Renegade. Recharge, 25-7. Lucid and Renegade. Live Fire, 25-19. Lucid and Renegade. And Recharge, 25-15 going to Lucid and Renegade. They take it 4-0. A lot of body disrespect coming from Renegade towards Stellar, which I thought was awesome to see.
Did you listen to the after interview?
I did not. I did not. I missed it.
He goes, Renegade was like, well, I mean, he only won with me. Oh. So, talking about Bound. Also, I want to say this. I don't think Stellar's it for twos. I just don't. I just think he's more of a fours player. I just don't think his play translates well to twos. So my suggestion is get somebody else in that spot. Tools. But yeah. Lucid and Renegade.
Yeah, taking it home.
Just went on a fucking tear.
That they did. And oh my God, both of these players, Lucid and Renegade, with the shock rifle in their hand, they're just hitting headshots left and right. Anyway.
It's funny. We originally asked Bound who he wanted to play with, and he said Stellar. Well, that's a wrong choice. Regardless, it's funny to me. It's not even funny. It's just how crazy it is, the skill gap between like a good Onyx player and then anybody else with the shock rifle.
Yeah.
It's just, they can pinpoint the head. It's just bing, bing, bing. And I'm just like, fuck. That'd be me every single time.
Yeah, I was actually, Trippy was doing pretty well with it yesterday too. And I was like, dude's playing on like 15, 20 ping. Like, it's got to be nice.
I mean, hey, we know though that some 20 ping games feel a lot different than other 20 ping games.
That's true.
It's like the ping, it's just looking into whose line is it anyway, where the number
ping
doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter at all.
Oh, it definitely matters.
Yeah, true. Replacing Formal with the best 2v2 player to ever do it is kind of sussy. Hey, I mean, it is what it is, you know? Fuck it. It was entertaining to have the two go up against one another, though. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It was entertaining.
All right, moving on. We have Knights Arena Weekly Halo Infinite 4v4. In third, fourth, we had East of 95 and Sparta Gaming. And second went to CN. First went to Pittsburgh Knights. And then they also had a monthly Halo Infinite 4v4. Again, third, fourth, CN, Pittsburgh Knights. Second went to G2 and FaZe. And first went to GBX.
Yeah, baby.
Halo Pro Series, Australia, New Zealand results. In fourth was Dire Wolves. If you don't remember, this includes Bald Vamped Dino, in Zirkle. Third went to Digital Nation, which was Bandit, Rice, Just Tough, and Tekarai. Second went to the Chiefs, Madsy, Beastin, Berserk, and Slays. And first went to Divine Mind with Sways, Plasma, Rated, and Pips.
And again, that was last week. This week, like we mentioned, the Chiefs reverse swept Divine Mind to actually win. So,
Pro Series for Mexico in fourth place was Cruelty. This is Danny Knight, Dragonac, whatever. However, Reaper Rips and Deco. Third went to Leave No Witness. This is Lure Strikey, Roach and Noble. Second went to CN, Johan MC, Bullet, Guardian, and Magico. And first went to Pittsburgh Knights, Tapping Buttons, Pool, Drift, and Atso. For the Pro Series for EU, in fourth place was Blackhand, Lunny, Mista, Ebby, and Glory GGs. Third was Quadrant. If you don't remember, it's Chick, SLG, Shad, and Nurix. Second went to Navi, Kimbo, Mighties, to Foxy, and Jimbo. And first went to Ascend, Legend, Snipe Drone, Respectful, and Sika.
People are calling it the Respectful Revenge Tour.
Yes, I did see that.
Yep.
I did see that on Twitter.
And he got his revenge. He did. He did what he needed to do. Got that W.
All right. Then for North America Pro Series here. I think there's a little bit more weight in this one, so I'm going to run through them all. 7th and 8th, Luminosity Complexity. 5th, 6th, Space Station Pioneers. 4th, G2. 3rd, Gamers First. 2nd, Cloud9 with Bound instead of Renegade, of course. Yep. And then Optic Gaming taking first. It's online.
Yes. Yes. Before we say anything else, this was online.
They did look a lot like the matchups just didn't seem close, though.
With that said, yes. They dominated.
With Renegade dropping off Cloud9, there just seemed to be a little bit more of a gap there in those wins. I don't want to say skill because they're all very skilled close together.
Right.
But again, Sentinels weren't in this tournament.
Nope.
FaZe I don't believe.
Nope.
Some other ones as well that I just don't remember off the top of my head, but we'll see where things shake out as these Pro Series continue.
Yes, and we know that Sentinels will be in the Pro Series on Thursday this week because they made it through the open side, which we'll talk about in just shortly here.
Yep.
But I want to give a big shout out to Gamers First for taking third. I don't think anybody saw them doing that. I know I didn't.
Especially when they beat G2 to get there.
Yep.
So,
and then I also want to give a special shout out to G2 with Rami actually.
That's right.
Hopping onto that roster for that Pro Series event. Reason I say that is because there was actually a series between G2 and Space Station, and G2 kind of whooped their asses, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. The reason why I mentioned that series specifically is because Rami was formerly on Space Station Gaming. Okay. I've been dancing around this for a while. I'm just going to throw it out now, because fuck it. Space Station need to get rid of Elamite and Ace right now. They need to do it. They need something different. They need to do something different. I truly believe if you keep those two on the roster, again, Elamite being the coach, Ace being the player, they're not going to get anywhere. I just don't see it happening. I have nothing against them. It's just that team cannot do anything. You guys dropped Rami. Rami goes to G2 to fill in for a week, and you got your asses clapped. Like, guys. Best merch in the game. One of the worst teams in the scene. Moving on.
Europa Halo Dream Pass 4v4 tournament. In fourth place went to Vex Gaming. This was Warlord, Looney, Squashy, and Lumizer. You see this team name for the third place team? It's Jabba-Dabba-Doo or Yabba-Dabba-Doo.
That's a
depending
good
on
name.
how you want to pronounce it. I think it's Yabba-Dabba-Doo. Just Kea, Bose, So Snaky, and Liberation. Second went to Black Hand. It's Lunny, Glory, Mista, and Ebby. And first went to Red Reticle, Frugal, Outcast, Shurzy 2, and Simply Gambit.
Go ahead.
HCS Pro Series qualifier from Australia and New Zealand. Qualified teams: BBR, Ads, Brattles, Benji, and Ingestics. Team Next, Lunchy, Sam J, Lilith LL, and Noobles. And then Burger Demons, Lolly, Cluzy, Elic, and Shrekman. And X5 is N-Chef, Hendrolol, Spectre, and Holden FPS. Qualified teams from Mexico include Leave No Witness. This is Strikey, Rorch, Hrmjel, and Noble.
Why are they... It's one thing to have two terrible gamer tags, but the fact that they're always on the same team is like shit.
Trua's team, which included Gambino, Neo, Jive Orphan, okay, and Chico. Alter Esports, Grimsy, Atenus, Zaron, and Paradise. And then Driftcedo. This is To Television, Ascendrado, Bad Karma, and Impacted ASP. From the EU region, the qualified teams are Jump Out Gang. There's a lot here. I'm just going to read the names. Wake Up, Vex Gaming, Swedish Vikings, Frostbite, Red Reticle, Wanted, and Dusher Fun? Sure.
Deutscher Fun?
Deutscher? I can't, my mouth just won't do it.
I'm just going to say keep a lookout for Vexed in there.
Yeah.
Because it's mainly the Bucket guys who've been around for quite some time. Shabby Dagger on Jump Out Gang. Watch out for those two teams.
All right. And then from North America, we have Showtime. The best team name is just Vengeance, Fnatic, Torrent, Rampaging Rhino. That's a good one. BBG and Sentinels.
quick thing here. Rampaging Rhino is Snip3down, Ryanoob, Suspector, and Arctic.
Yes.
Again, this is just a throw-together team, if I'm not mistaken. And then Sentinels, again, Lethal's back. So Lethal, Snakebite, Frosty, and Royal 2. The original squad.
Squad. All right. Even more tournaments. FFA results.
It's the last one, though. This is from yesterday.
Yes. From June 13th. Australia, New Zealand. Fourth went to Bro Jared. Third, Scoobmeister. Second, Bandit. And first, Aleo. For Mexico. And fourth, Tapping Buttons. Third, I don't know. Second, Strikey. First, Gora Loco. For EU. Fourth was Millsy Man. Third was The Mains. Second, Warrior O'Neill. And first, Blizz. And for North America, and fourth was Bop. Third was Reverb. Second, Dakota NY. And first, OG Halo Noob taking it home. And there we go.
Before we continue on to because we don't have a topic for this week, so before we move on to the regular news, Ben J. Main, or whatever the fuck his name is, from the FFA series from last week.
Yes.
He apparently cheated, so just going to throw that out there.
Oh, so he got booted?
No, I don't think anything came of it.
Was it alleged? Was it proven?
Yeah, it looked proven to me. So like there's a video out there on YouTube as these all start, somebody goes through theater and shit. But this went further than theater. So apparently this player plays with it might be a Chronos or it might be a different device, but it allows you to use mouse and keyboard while your console thinks it's a controller.
Yes.
So he still gets the aim assist of a controller, but with the precision of a mouse. And a Zim is what it's called. Yeah, but I don't think it was called a Zim in that video. Regardless, the video
used a tool that made it.
Yeah. And the other thing, the thing is, it's not, like I said, it wasn't just in theater, the clips that were pulled. There were other things taken from a stream as well on how he'd be playing Fortnite or something or other, and you would see the controller button prompts, but his movement, you could see his movement with like a mouse.
Well, got it.
So, yeah, the video was very well done. Very level-headed as well. It's not like it wasn't being toxic or anything like that, so I paid more attention.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah, and so yeah, if Ben J. Main did in fact cheat, then Ben J. Main, you can go fuck yourself. That's all I'll say.
I don't know.
What?
Sometimes people are just ignorant to the rules too. Like, I have something that allows me to play with my mouse and keyboard, but this sounds like something more than that. Never mind.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying though. Yeah, Ben J. Main, go fuck himself. So let's get into some regular news. New Xbox gear has been announced. 2001 called. They want to give us their clothes. Pop over to the Xbox Gear Shop to check out your Xbox Heritage Collection inspired by the classic looks of Xbox and Halo CE merch. So yeah, Silos, shit's for you. Congratulations, bro. And Tools, you have a great night, man. Looking forward to more Money Tuesday events. One of the highlights of the week for sure when they are coming. Halo Infinite Network Campaign Co-op flighting has been announced as by Halo. They say, with Halo Infinite Campaign Network Co-op arriving later this year, we're planning to flight it to Halo Insiders in July. Register and make sure your Halo Insider profile is up to date for a chance to participate. This, ladies and gentlemen, that means that the first Halo Infinite flight post-launch of the game is going to happen, and it's for the Network Co-op campaign next month. Before we get into the shit, let's get into some of the good. Halo Interference update. This is by Halo Support. On the last day of the Interference event in May, the event's last Spartan Standing playlist came down earlier than intended. To make up for this, the Halo Infinite team is granting the following rewards to affected players. All players that completed at least one last Spartan Standing match during the second week of the Interference event, which ran from the morning of May 10th until it came down on May 17th, will receive all 10 rewards in the event pass. Man, am I pissed I grinded through that. Additionally, players who progressed but did not complete that week's ultimate challenge titled Breaker Breaker will receive the associated reward, the Battleship Haze coating for the MA-40 assault rifle. These grants are now available for affected players and no action is required. If you're currently in game, close it and restart it, and you'll have the rewards. Good shit. Next up, a story shard, The Last Sky Marshal. This is by Alex Wakeford over on Halo Waypoint. Like we talked about before, with the introduction of Season 2 for Halo Infinite, they're doing something new regards to multiplayer story. Okay? And in addition to this, they're going to have what are called story shards, which is a blog. It's a written format on Halo Waypoint, and it's kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure deal, where at the end, you, one of the community members, like get to add your opinion into the pool as to how the story should progress. So read through it. I'm not going to read through it on here, but you can read through it at your own time, and you can choose how you think you would like the story to progress. Then, Halo Infinite Drop Pod for June 14, 2022. Again, we talked about the ranked and competitive stuff up at the top of the show. We're going to talk about the normal stuff right now. Season 2 artwork has been added to loading screens across the game.
Finally! Something other than the one we've had for a year and a half. What, has it been a year and a half?
No, it's been like 6, 7 months.
It feels like a year and a half, people.
Jesus Christ. Load times for the Battle Pass, challenges, customized, and shop menus have been improved.
I've heard that is true via Twitter.
Good.
Semi-true.
All right. When both Battle Pass and event rewards are unlocked in the same match, all unlocked rewards will now appear in the same post-match notification menu. Additionally, these menus will now consistently show all unlocked items. That's good because that kind of pissed me off.
It was annoying. Like, it wasn't like anything that I was like super pissed about. Like, oh, I wish this would just show. And now it does.
Agreed. For the campaign, weapon racks and ammo crates in the warship blah, blah, blah mission are now available consistently. And music now plays consistently in the mission conservatory and in the main menu. For multiplayer, unique icons have been added to the custom game menu to represent land grab and last Spartan standing modes. And accessibility. Various issues tied to the UI narration option in the accessibility tab of the settings menus have been resolved. For example, all sent messages in the chat window will now be read aloud as the user scrolls up and down through chat history. Players will now be informed when the chat window has been open and closed. Narration now indicates where to invite players in the social menu, and instances of blank messages when text-to-speech is enabled have been resolved. And the text chat window will now consistently show the last messages received. The last news story that we have. Okay. The Halo Infinite Juneteenth emblem. This happened literally like moments before we were doing the show today. It's by Esports Ian and Unisec. You don't need to press the button. So, Esports Ian said, "Ain't no way they named Juneteenth exclusive nameplate after a monkey." So, for those who don't know, this is in reference to the new Juneteenth emblem that has been added to Halo Infinite as of today, June 14th, 2022. With the palette of the emblem, right? So, like, for emblems, you can pick color sets if they have them. And Juneteenth's palette, there was one option available, and it was called, Will?
It's Bonobo.
Bonobo. And for those who don't know, Bonobo is an endangered great ape. So if you put two and two together, people of color, references to apes, fucking bad. Like, wow, bad. Okay? Now, when I first read this, I'm like, there's no fucking way. Like, this is, somebody is being a fucking racist online, wants to get a rise out of people, and this is a Photoshop thing. Like, there's no fucking way. And then, no, it's real. It's real. So, Unisec said the following in response, because for those who don't know, this had been updated now. As of now, it's been updated. It does not say that any longer. It says, it says something else.
Freedom, right?
Freedom. So Unisec says the following: "Thank you for bringing this to our attention, Sean. We strive to create diverse and inclusive gaming communities. While the original name refers to an internal tool set, it was not intended to be applied to this content, and we recognize the harm it may have caused. The palette was incorrectly named, and we immediately renamed it via an update. And then I, Josh, wanted to provide a special shout out to Matt Parker for providing us with a link to a tweet from Shizarino outlining how this was referenced within an internal tool set. And I have that right here. So Shizarino said, or provided the following like screenshot from, I think, another conversation or whatever, but here's what it says. One time when I was at Bungie, I had to change the word PlayStation with a lowercase s to PlayStation with an uppercase S everywhere it appeared in the game in order to comply with brand rules. Our tools for writing in the game were 1, Microsoft Excel, and 2, this in-house string tool called Bonobo. But the problem with Bonobo was it would only save your changes if it thought you had made any changes, and it didn't recognize case changes, like lowercase to uppercase S. So you couldn't change PlayStation to PlayStation with an uppercase S and save the changes. And then he goes on. Now, David Moore replied, says previously at Microsoft Teams, okay, so previously worked for Microsoft, also said the following. Adding to this, Bonobo is the successor to their earlier tag editing tool during the Halo days named Gorilla. I'm only going to say one more thing in regards to this. They changed the name of the fucking tool. The fact, like, we're two fucking white dudes sitting in front of a camera, okay, talking about something that is incredibly racist. But the fact of the matter is we get it. Like, we understand how racist this is, how this looks as well. They changed it. They changed the name of the palette very quickly. That's great. Don't get me wrong. Like, the fact that they didn't keep it the way it was, that's great. But it, to me, this just raises more. It raises more questions for me personally as to A, why it was never changed earlier. B, how was this never caught beforehand before sending it out? C, if this wasn't vetted before it went out, why the fuck wasn't this vetted before it went out? D, read the fucking room. Halo Creation says, I've never ever seen that done. And as a software engineer, I'd say this would be incredibly stupid to do that. As a person who is not a software engineer, I agree. It's fucking stupid. So, like I said, they did fix it. It no longer says that any longer. But just the fact that it got to this point. Wow. Just wow. I hope this is taken care of internally regarding the naming of the tool, regarding the vetting process when sending something out via the tool, and hopefully this never happens again. It's so fucking crazy, though. And Maddie hints at this, too. He says, yeah, it's still suspicious to me. It's fucking weird to me, Will, that this is the time it happened. For a Juneteenth emblem. Like any other emblem, any other one. No, like, people would notice, but it wouldn't be like, again, this is coming from a white dude, but like, I couldn't imagine if it was on any other emblem and the palette was not that color scheme, right? Just any other color scheme, and it had that word associated with it. I don't want to assume, but I would imagine that there wouldn't be that big of a backlash towards it, right? Then 343 could come out and be like, oh, honest mistake. This is just a placeholder thing for a tool that we use. Our apologies. We'll get that updated. No harm, no foul. But the fact that it happened specifically for this emblem, for that palette, on that day, man, that's fucking got some Among Us shit happening right now. I really hope an internal talk happens at 343 because that's not acceptable. Will, is there anything you want to add?
No, you got the points.
Okay. Again, shout out to Matt Parker. Thank you very much for providing that additional tweet for context about that internal tool. Greatly appreciated. That's it for the regular news. It's never gotten to the game to watch. So, Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase 2022. Let's get into the extended first because there was a potential for maybe something Halo related. There was the little date tease, supposed tease. Maybe it didn't mean anything. Clearly doesn't feel like it meant anything in the Season 2 reveal. But yeah, Spartan Showdown arrives in Fall Guys on June 30th. You can complete challenges in Spartan Showdown. Oh, I should say Showdown to unlock rewards. So it looks like there are sets in Fall Guys for Master Chief. One of the like brute chieftains.
Yep.
Grunt and Master Chief with cat ears, right?
It's a pink helmet with cat ears. Yeah.
So there you go. Woohoo. And then for the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase itself, which happened over the weekend on Sunday, here are the points that I included. If there's anything that anybody else thinks was awesome, please feel free to include it in chat. But first, Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Gold, and Persona 5 Royale are coming to Xbox and Game Pass, starting with Royale, and that's huge. For those who were unaware, Persona 3 Portable, these games aren't released on Xbox consoles. They never have been. So Persona 3 Portable, awesome. Persona 4 Golden, which was originally a Vita title, a PlayStation Vita title, then came over to Steam, now going to be on Xbox. That's awesome. And the Persona 5 Royale, Persona 5, for those who don't know, a PlayStation 4 exclusive game. Then Royale added stuff to it. The fact that that's coming to Xbox and Game Pass itself, fucking really, really cool. The next Forza Motorsport is simply titled Forza Motorsport. There's no number after it. And it is coming in 2023. Will, you know me, I'm excited. It's a racing game.
Yeah, that might be the first racing game that I switched my wheel over from the PC to the Xbox to try out.
There you go. It'll be on Game Pass too, so no harm, no foul. The Halo Infinite Pelican has been added to Microsoft Flight Simulator. And it's free, so yay. Before we get into probably the biggest thing that happened at the event, I want to get into what I believe was the second biggest thing that happened in this event. Microsoft and Riot Games announced a partnership to bring Riot Games to Game Pass, including the following: League of Legends to PC Game Pass, where you will unlock all champions in the game. It doesn't stop there. League of Legends Wild Rift, the mobile League of Legends game, you will again have all champions unlocked. Will, for you and I, this is awesome. For Valorant, it'll be coming to PC Game Pass, and you will be getting all agents unlocked.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't played in a while, and there's a few new agents that came out that I don't have because I haven't been grinding. And yeah, that's pretty big.
All agents unlocked.
I wonder if that's going to continue as new agents come out or if it's up to current agents.
That's what I'm wondering too. Teamfight Tactics, PC Game Pass. Select Little Legends will be unlocked, and then Legends of Runeterra on PC and mobile. Foundation set will be unlocked as well. So again, the big ones, all champions for League and Wild Rift and all agents for Valorant. That is fucking insane if you were a Game Pass member. And then finally, we saw Starfield gameplay for the first time.
Yeah.
But Will, you seemed a little bit more lukewarm on it.
A little bit.
Go ahead. What are your thoughts?
It didn't look like great to me, and that could have just been maybe I didn't have good stream quality or whatever. It looked a little too involved. I don't know. Maybe I need to see a little bit more to convince me to jump in.
The thing that I saw that a lot of people were saying that I can totally see is No Man's Skyrim.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
it looks like they heavily took inspiration from systems that are already in place in No Man's Sky, along with the typical Bethesda RPG-ness of a Skyrim or of a Fallout, whatever it may be.
Well, right. During the extended today, they did talk about it a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And, when they showed the guy mining for iron, right?
Yeah.
So,
No Man's Sky,
right? But he also said you can do that and put that towards your ship upgrades or manufacturing ship parts, or you can just go out and earn money and buy the stuff yourself. That kind of intrigued me because there's multiple ways to do the same thing. I don't have to sit here because you want me to farm all these different elements.
Right, or scan stuff in No Man's Sky to earn you credits, whatever it may be.
Right, there's different way to earn what you want, which
Agreed.
is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And they said it's kind of that you can play how you want. You can choose which way to go. There's the different factions. It just seems like to me, it just seems like too much. There's too much involved.
Sure. They did say how now this is totally PR speech. Who knows how many of these planets are actually going to have cool shit on them. But apparently there's going to be over 1,000 planets that you can land on, visit, do whatever you want on. Again, that's like a bullet point that they can hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they have space combat as well. It definitely looks like a typical Bethesda RPG in a sense of movement, gunplay, traversal, just like when on the world itself. The space combat's obviously new for them. You can completely make and customize your own ships, plural. He did say ships.
Yeah, I just want to, if I do play this game, I want to recreate the Millennium Falcon, put tons of shields on it so I don't have to shoot and just fly.
That'd be dope as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see why you shouldn't be able to. Because you already know people are going to make a penis right away.
Your fourth course.
Oh, of course it is. Everybody already made that joke, by the way. But no, I was thinking about it more recently. I rewatched the trailer, or Todd Howard going over everything when they uploaded it separately in 4K. So obviously it looked better. It looked more fluid. But no, it looks like a Bethesda it looks like a Bethesda RPG. But you know what? My expectations are in check. I don't think this game's going to set the world on fire. I don't. I think the world can set itself on fire just perfectly fine. Climate change, by the way. Real thing. But I am excited from a standpoint of, man, I haven't had a Bethesda RPG to sink my teeth into recently. So that is what I'm looking forward to.
Sure.
And supposed jank and all, because I bet it's going to have jank like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. I don't feel like putting that much time into it.
No, I don't blame you. Especially when Todd said we're going to have over 1,000 planets to explore. And I'm like, dude, why do you have to say that? Why do we have to do that? Why couldn't we just not do that?
Is this I guess I didn't listen, but is this online stuff too? Am I going to run into other players around? No.
Fully single player. It is their next single player RPG.
Gotcha.
Yep. Also, Todd Howard had also said that Fallout 5 will be coming after The Elder Scrolls 6. So they already have that in mind. And the Elder Scrolls 6 fucking ain't coming out for another couple of years at least.
Right.
So
at least these will be like Succession, right?
Yeah. You have Starfield early next year. Because they also said in that Microsoft and Bethesda game showcase that everything shown in that showcase would be coming within the next 12 months. So Starfield has to be early next year because it got delayed. It's no longer 11/11/22. And then also, so we have Starfield early next year, Elder Scrolls 6 in 2030. I'm just kidding. And then Fallout 6 in 2040.
Sure.
Is that what it's going to be?
No, it'll
we'll be dead anyway.
What, maybe 26 for
Elder Scrolls 6?
Elder Scrolls 6, and then maybe 28, 29. Yeah.
It has to be a while, dude. It's going to be a long time.
It's going to be old as fuck.
We will be old as fuck. Still playing Bethesda RPGs. All right, but that's it for Count Other Games Watch. That's all I had. Just wanted to bullet point those. All right. Then it's time for Will's Adventures with a Nail Over. And other games too. Will, what'd you play over the last week?
Well, played Halo Infinite.
Oh my God.
I'm up to Diamond 2 on the rank grind.
Let's go, baby. Next stop, Onyx.
Yeah. We're getting there. No, just kidding. I did some challenges, but after I don't know why, I instinctively did challenges even though I really don't care about that visor they have. But I think I just needed something to do without going into ranked because I don't like going into ranked without a team now.
I hear you.
So yeah, I played did some land grab, some Team Slayer. Went into quick play, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Went back into Team Slayer because for the chance of BRs in a social mode. And then did some competitive stuff with other people throughout the week. So
there you go.
That was fun.
What's up, Brian? He says, hey, OV Rising. That vampire game top-down isometric bullshit out of here, bro.
And then did play last night. I just jumped into the Artful Escape.
My man.
Which... really fun game.
It is.
Really enjoy it. It's
on Game Pass.
It's on Games Pass. That's why I jumped in.
Hell yeah.
I don't even know how to describe it. It's a side scroller, right?
Yeah.
It has, you have some jump and climb actions, and your dude just shreds on a guitar the whole time, basically. And you interact with the environment, and it's really cool. I do highly recommend this game. I'm about 3/4 of the way through it because I didn't have a ton of time to play last night.
Mm-hmm.
But really enjoying it. I wish I was still streaming. I don't know. I wish this would have been an awesome game to play with other people experiencing it and running through it. So I do highly recommend it. You should check it out. And that's all I played was those 2 games. What about you, Josh?
Sorry, Matt Parker just gave us another piece of information regarding the Bonobo tool. But we already discussed it, and it just clarifies that even further. So,
yeah.
I played one game because I was unable to join the play date, and I just didn't play any Halo Infinite. Because, like I said, I sometimes only play once a week. What's up, Nono? Says, check your Twitter. I did. Are you talking about the thing that Matt Parker sent us that literally is the same thing we already discussed? But was just further clarification? Yes. I played Grid Legends because I wanted more racing games because I'm waiting for this expansion to come out for Forza Horizon 5, which is like the Hot Wheels shit. But I beat the story mode. Grid Legends has a story mode, Will.
Does it?
Yeah. Live action story mode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No idea.
It's not good, but I beat it last night at midnight.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So there's that. But it kept me Okay, it wasn't terrible, but it kept me interested throughout the entire thing. But man, was it cheesy as all hell. It was Grid's version. Like they did a spin of Drive to Survive. Like that's what it was. Like they had him sitting down in a room and conducting interviews with them.
Reminds me.
It was so funny.
Rock Band Rivals came out with like a rockumentary mode you can play, which is just it's this horrific. Like
Hold on a second. No, are you still here? I know I'm asking this live, but I don't give a shit. No, are you still here? Genuine question for you if you are. Yeah, that's the only fucking game I played. I just played Grid Legends and beat the story mode, so I'm proud of myself.
All right.
I played some Magic the Gathering like paper, but that's besides the point. No, are you Matt Parker? I don't mean to call you out, but like, are you? I'll wait for a response on that. Will, let's get into some shoutouts.
Okay.
Shoutouts to everyone who joined the community playdate that Will was a part of. That includes goalie sniper Justin LaFleche, Shot and Pancakes.
Someone else joined, and I don't know who you were because I just met you that day.
Will says he's sorry. Shout out to everyone who followed and subbed during the live show. We have Quake Murphy, and then I believe from previous we have Gravity Killer, Warrior, and Bird Eastwood. Thank you guys so much. Gameskeepers, Mike. No, I don't know if you heard me before. You are Matt Parker. Thank you. I just want to also, you know what? We're in the shout out section. Fuck it. I want to give you another shout out again. Thank you for providing that additional context. We talked about it earlier on in the news segment of the show if you missed it, but it was greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for that. Congratulations to Fletch on joining 343 Industries as a community graphic designer. And then congratulations to Takwin, the Reachway, on going full-time with content creation. And then happy belated birthday to Royal One and David Sandman. Dave, it was an honor and a pleasure meeting you at Kansas City, being able to give you a hug in person, just shooting the shit with you. You're a remarkable human being, and I hope you had like the most wonderful of birthdays that anyone could possibly have. Because Dave, you fucking deserve it. All right? You're a wonderful, beautiful man. You deserve everything in this life. Will, same goes for you, but this is his birthday, okay?
Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right.
Love you, Dave. Love you, Will. So for the shoutouts, community creations, we got Halo Memes every day, reddit.com/r/Halo Memes. Clips of the week number 161 by High Tech Redneck. Go check that out. And then we have the HCS Weekly Report. I forgot if I had this in a previous episode, but I want to shout out Tony, Why Not Be Reckless. He has a YouTube series called the HCS Weekly Report. Go check that out. It's great. And we fucking stand Tony over here. That's all I got. Will.
Yeah.
Do me a favor.
What?
Plug this bitch.
All right, we're going to kind of speed round it. If you want to find us, just search for HCS Pro Talk on your favorite podcast services. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram, Facebook. You want to watch some VODs, check out YouTube. You want to see us live, come to the fucking Twitch channel. You want to go to our website. It's hcsprotalk.com. And please just join the Discord. Say hi. We talk throughout the week into the Discord about all the stuff that's going on still. So, yeah, go do that. And then just go to fucking evolvedhalo.com, all right? If you haven't, you're missing out.
You're home for Halo.
There you go. They have shows such as Podcast Evolve, Mission Debrief, Halo TV Plus, Books Club, Build with Blocks, and Halo Headlines. All your Halo needs can be found there as well.
And shout out to you, Omega. Says cheers for the show. Cheers for you. Cheers for you. Thank you for being here. Greatly appreciated. Hope you had a fun time.
All right. Do we know what we're talking about next week?
Fuck no!
All right.
Do we ever know what we're talking about on this show?
We just wing it.
I mean, I don't know.
Kinda.
I don't know what we're talking about until I compile everything for the show, like the day of or the day before.
Because we don't know what's going to happen throughout the week.
You don't know what's going to happen throughout the week, and then we just wait till things happen, and then we compile it, and then Bob's your uncle. Did we ever figure out how that phrase started? Bob's your uncle?
No idea. Bob's your uncle. Phrase origin. Here we go.
Oh, can't wait to fucking see this. How did Bob's your uncle start out? APGT.
Bob's your uncle is a phrase commonly used in the United Kingdom and Commonwealth countries that means, and there it is, or, and there you have it, or it's done. Typically, someone says it to conclude a, yeah. Where did it come from?
Yeah, who originated this?
Origin.
Was it Bob or was it was it his uncle?
Now, this is Wikipedia.
It is.
The origins are uncertain, but a common theory is that the expression arose after conservative Prime Minister Robert Gascoigne Cecil, 3rd Marquess of Salisbury, quote unquote Bob, appointed his nephew Arthur Balfour as Chief Secretary for Ireland in 1887, an act of nepotism which was apparently both surprising and unpopular. Whenever other qualifications Balfour may have had, Bob's your uncle was seen as a conclusive one. So it's kind of like, because Bob was your uncle, he got the job. So they're like, there
Bob's
it is.
your uncle.
Bob's your uncle. You get it because Bob's your uncle. It's over. Bob's your uncle.
Will, thank you so much.
Hey,
At least now we know, right?
yes.
All right. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 239 of this thing that we call HCS Pro Talk. Just crazy.
Now I present this fucking thing. If you know the TikTok, you know.
That's how I feel about this show sometimes. I also want to say, I didn't get to throw this out there, but Pocket Cast.
Pocket Cast.
We're not sponsored, but
No.
I use their app and I love it.
You guys love it.
I do love it. We can trick the world into believing our story. Just update the Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. It's right there. All right, guys. That's going to do it for us in this week's show. Like we said, we don't know what's going to happen over the next week. But hey, whatever does happen, we'll be sure to talk about it next week because that's what we do here. Weekly show every week, no matter what, until the day we die.
Whoa.
We're going to be up here 95 years old.
You know.
I'm going to have myself hooked up to oxygen.
I'll have hearing aids and just yell, what?
Hello, everybody. And welcome to HCS. Okay, guys, that's gonna do it for us. We'll be back next week. Have a great one. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna talk about, but it's gonna be a fun time because you know why it's gonna be a fun time? Because we're here talking to you and you make it fun and we love you. And yeah, that's all I got.
All right.
See you next week. Bye-bye.